This feels like a completely new motorcycle. It's like I just bought a new bike. Okay, so guess what? Through absolute sheer luck, or bad luck one could say, I found the absolute best upgrade you can get off the shelves right now for the XSR 900. Besides the seats, of course, the seat needs changing. I'm yet to find a good replacement for that. And that upgrade is the tires. The tires on the XSR 900 2022, the Battlax S22s are absolute garbage. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. I had a puncture on my rear tire on the S22s, and I was contemplating, because I've seen a couple of threads online, that you should change the S22s for something more decent, one could say. And I had Pirellis on my Aprilia, on my old bike. A lot of people were saying that you should get the Michelin Road 6. Those are also fantastic tires. I assume everything is better than the S22s at this point. But I decided on getting the Pirellis because they're like a known quantity, I could say, right? So I had Pirellis, I had the Rosso Corsa 3s, and I said, look, they're not that hard to find. They're decent tires. Let me get the spare, and then I'll see if I need to change them. These are basically brand new. I have like 150 kilometers. I'm yet to run them in. Absolutely fantastic upgrade. On my old tires, the S22s, I had like 2,300 kilometers or so on them, so they're barely running. Those tires, I don't even know the life cycle of that tire. It's probably 20,000 kilometers or so. These have a shorter lifespan by a lot, but I think like 8 or 10,000. But I must say, they've been an eye-opening experience for me. Like, this is absolutely crazy how much impact. Usually, the way I do, well, I assume you too, the way you run through tires is you wear out the old tires and then you change them with the new tires. And the thing is, there's like there's a difference in performance, right? It's hardly the chance that you get to test new tire with new tire back to back, basically. And I just got that chance, and I'm absolutely mind blown. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. What an insane difference. It feels like I bought a new bike. It literally feels like a new bike. It also feels like the tires, I'm now on some kind of a fitness ball, if you know those balls. It like feels like it can just run over things like small imperfections. It just handles them better. And remember, I have a very stiff suspension setup, and that chair is basically a piece of wood. So the effect of the tires, it's profound. It's absolutely profound. So I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. The straight or out of the corner performance of the tires are eons beyond the S22s. Besides that, there's also the cornering aspect. With the S22s, what I used to do is I found myself into some particular corners that I knew I could take at a certain speed with the old bike, with the Aprilia. And by the way, not aggressive speed. We're talking about road riding, nothing too crazy. But I found myself not being able to hold the line. I either slew off or I had to overcorrect a bit. And anyway, the point is, the line, I felt like I was missing the line. And again, switch to the Diablo Force, and I'm back on it. I'm back on the line. It feels like I have Velcroed the tires of the bike onto the road. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, this Diablo Rosso 4s are an absolute beast of a tire. Absolutely amazing. Now that I know this, you know how it is. It's rare that you get to test new tires back to back, or at least not. I don't usually get to do that. I'm remembering an old video from Ryan F9 that talked about manufacturers packaging in a subpar tire of the brand that they're packaging in. Now, I'm sure if you buy Ducati, Aprilia, or BMW, something fancy, they'll package the real deal. But yeah, he did say something about going to the actual tire manufacturer as Yamaha or whatever, and trying to get the best deal, and then the manufacturers will build a subpar tire. And if they're selling this bike with a subpar tire of right now, what I'm thinking is a subpar tire, so a subpar of a subpar, so the S22s and then the cheaper version of the S22s or whatever comes packaged with the Yamaha, then wow, okay, should I be concerned about that? Should I try new tires on every new bike that I buy? Is that a thing? Absolutely crazy. Like, why wouldn't you package this bike with the Diablo Rosso Force or the Road Sport 6? Why? Like, everybody that tests these bikes and gets to push it a bit will feel like the package isn't complete. It's missing something. It's not cornering as well. That's a very good point, like cornering aspects on this bike. So I knew, because of the extended swing arm and the trail, so basically this isn't like a sports bike. It shouldn't corner as well, and most likely at the edge it won't corner as well. But for street riding, I was shocked. Like, why are my lines all over the place? Why can I not replicate the lines that I used to do on my old bike? Even though that was a sport bike, I wasn't pushing it. There are specific corners that I'm accustomed to basically cutting in a specific way and holding a specific line. And that I've replicated that on a lot of bikes, not just this bike now, but a lot of bikes. And before I got the tires, I felt like the line wasn't there. I was either sliding off the line or had to overcorrect too much to basically force myself onto the line. It wasn't implicit. It wasn't like I felt like that was my line. I just knew how to take the corner, and I got that back now. It's absolutely fantastic. Like, yeah, this is great. This is a fantastic upgrade. I'm so happy about this. All bad things lead to a to a good ending or something like that. Well, yeah, I got a puncture. I just got a new bike basically because of that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go enjoy this bike a bit more while the weather still holds. And yeah, I hope if you're disappointed with this bike, especially around the performance in cornering, try a different set of tires. Try the Michelin if you want more extended lifetime. I'm happy with the Rossos, but I understand that they're a bit pricey and probably not for everybody. So yeah, but try something else. The Battlax S22s, in my opinion, right now are a detriment to the experience of this bike. Okay, so you see this tar snakes here. This is one of the best indicators I have for like straight line performance improvement over the S22s. Like, I do not feel the rear tire slipping at all. Wow, this was a mess for the S22s to ride this specific road. This specific section of the road was an absolute mess. And you know what, there's a corner coming up. It's called the Death Corner for apparent reasons, and right as you can see, it's full of patchwork. When it rains a bit, this is absolutely slippery. So if you come fast here, which I'm not now because there are too many cars, and you usually go on that line, but I'll stick to this one for now. Check all of the patchwork and the patches, and you accelerate fast up to the end and then turn in. But look at the amount of road work. All of that slippery as hell. And when you're out of the corner with speed, right, so you're leaning all out of the corner, you're doing 100 some, the back tire slits like crazy. I feel no slippage with this tire. This is amazing. It makes me want to ride this bike aggressively, which is probably concerning. I should probably chill down a bit. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all.